Top 5 Best Wireless Gaming Mice. Number 5. Razer Viper V2 Pro. The Razer Viper V2 Pro is the best wireless gaming mouse we've tested. It's currently on sale for the lowest price since its launch, so it might be around the same price as our upper mid-range pick below. It has the same low profile, symmetrical shape as previous models in the Viper lineup, and it's a great choice for a claw or fingertip grip for most hand sizes. This version is dramatically lighter than previous models, meaning it's easier to make fast and accurate movements with. Even though it's extremely lightweight, it has excellent build quality and feels sturdy. Under the hood, this new version has exceptionally low click latency, an extended advertised battery, updated optical switches, and Razer's new Focus Pro 30K sensor, the most advanced sensor currently available. However, the manufacturer achieved these performance gains by removing several features, including RGB lighting and rubber grips. This new version only has side buttons on the left, while previous models have side buttons on both sides. If you're interested in alternatives and are a fan of some of this lineup's legacy features, check out the Razer Viper Ultimate. It's significantly heavier, but it's typically much cheaper. Or, if you like the sound of all the improvements but aren't enthusiastic about its shape, check out the Razer Deathadder V3 Pro. It shares all the same internals as the Viper V2 Pro, but its shape is ideal for larger hands and has a sloping design specifically for right-handed users. We've received feedback from users reporting that they received the Viper V2 Pro mouse with a defective wireless receiver. While this issue seems to affect a relatively small number of people, we're keeping an eye on the situation and will consider pulling our recommendation if it worsens. In the meantime, make sure you're buying the mouse directly from Razer or an authorized retailer. If your mouse comes with a defective receiver, we encourage you to contact Razer's customer support directly. They've typically been quick about replacing defective receivers in these cases. Coming in number 4, Razer Naga Pro. The Razer Naga Pro is the best MMO, mobile wireless gaming mouse and easily beats the previous, long-standing champion, the Naga Trinity. Topping the list of improvements are the low latency, hyperspeed 2.4G and Bluetooth connection, the fast tracking, 20,000 dpi sensor, and the optical button switches. In the case of the latter, they're very fast and thanks to the reduction in the number of moving parts, they'll last for up to 70 million clicks. Buttons are, of course, the main feature of the Naga Pro, as the 3 hot swappable side plates offer 2, 6, and 12 additional buttons apiece. They'd all be for naught if they were difficult to remap and program, but Razer's Synapse app makes the whole process child's play. Just point and click to do simple keyboard shortcuts, all the way through to complex, multi-step macros for your favorite MMO and MBO games. And despite all this technical wizardry, battery life just isn't a concern. The 150 hours of claimed lifespan is very accurate, so you'll get weeks of heavy use out of it before you even need to think about recharging the battery. What you might not like is the weight and size, especially with the 12-button plate attached. At 4.13 ounces, the Naga Pro takes some getting used to, and you may need to adapt how you hold your mouse. At least the contoured buttons and textured rubber grips make it relatively easy to firmly grasp the mouse between your thumb and pinky. Heftiness aside and steep price aside, there's little else to really complain about. If you want speed, accuracy, and masses of versatility, then the Razer Naga Pro may well just be your perfect wireless gaming mouse. Coming in number 3, Glorious Model O2 Wireless. The Glorious Model O2 is the best competitive wireless gaming mouse because it not only comes with all the important features and specs you need for this sector, but it's also very sensibly priced. The BAMF 2.0 optical sensor has a maximum DPI of 26,000 and it's far superior to that in the Model O, which launched in 2020. In fact, the whole mouse is, especially in terms of looks and feel. The styling is more traditional, if one can call a mouse with holes traditional. At 2.4 ounces, the wireless Model O2 isn't the lightest wireless mouse out there, but it feels perfectly feather-like in your hand. If you play a lot of games that require pixel-perfect accuracy, you'll feel right at home with how it handles, especially in close-quarter combat. Its biggest drawback, though, has to be its inconsistent battery life. Glorious says you can get about 110 hours of life in 2.4 GHz mode and over 200 hours in Bluetooth mode, but we found it be far less than that, and the main culprit is the RGB lighting. Switch it off and the battery life claims will seem far more realistic. But all that can be forgiven, when you consider that the O2 Wireless only costs $100, which makes it super competitive compared to others, such as the Razer Deathadder V3 Pro. At this price, you're getting an excellent wireless gaming mouse, even with its battery quirks. Coming in number 2, Logitech G Pro X Superlight 2. The best lightweight wireless gaming mouse used to be the Logitech G Pro X Superlight. Well, it still is, except the slot has been taken over by its successor, the Superlight 2. At just 2.12 ounces in weight, this mouse will just fly across your mousepad, and Logitech hasn't cheated to get it this nimble, either. No holes, no flimsy materials, just good old-fashioned design and engineering. The speed is bolstered by 2 large PTFE pads on the base, and the Superlight 2 excels in fast-paced shooters. The Hero 2 sensor takes plenty of credit for this, as well, and with a maximum of 32,000 dpi you'll be able to set the mouse so that your games will whip about at the merest hint of wrist movement. Couple with a 2000 Hz polling rate, hybrid optical mechanical switches, and a 95-hour battery life, and you'll be in gaming nirvana. It's not perfect, though. While the middle wheel is glorious to scroll, the button beneath it is heavy and dull, with a very muddy feel to it. At least it and the 2 side buttons are quiet, unlike the main ones, which are seriously loud. Perhaps too loud, for some folks. And then there's the G-Hub app, which you have to install if you want to change the DPI or set up any macros. It's not especially easy to use, and it could take you a good while to master even the basics. It's certainly something for Logitech to work on, but the bland looks, limited features, and mushy middle button are only small concerns. Fundamentally, the G Pro X Superlight 2 is a superb, lightweight wireless gaming mouse, and it will appeal to a whole range of keen PC gamers. Coming in number 1, Razer Deathadder V3 Pro. The Deathadder V3 Pro is the best wireless gaming mouse you can buy. Period. Its design has been honed over its many iterations, and the fact that 15 million Deathadders have been sold should tell you all you need to know. For this latest revision, Razer has toned down the overall look, making it slimmer and less aggressive looking than previous models. That does make it appear rather generic, but who cares when the actual mouse is so good? At just 2.22 ounces, 63 grams, the V3 Pro is very light and swift to move about, and the micro texture coating helps prevent loss of grip during frantic gaming. To ensure the rest of the mouse keeps up, the Focus Pro 30K boasts ludicrous specs: 30,000 dpi, 70G acceleration rating, 750 inches, 19.1 meters per second top speed, and an accuracy of 99.8%. Even the buttons join in with a 0.2 millisecond response time. You can't blame this mouse if you miss a shot. As with previous Deathadders, this one only has 5 buttons, which makes it less than idle if you need a mouse for more than just gaming. Likewise, the scroll wheel, which is tactile with firm steps for positive weapon changes, but unpleasant for scrolling through spreadsheets. But the V3 Pro is all about gaming, and you'll get plenty of it done, with the rechargeable batteries lasting up to 90 hours per charge. It's a peerless wireless gaming mouse, and in many ways, far too potent for the average user, and its price reflects that, too. Still, if you fancy yourself an esports pro who needs a no-nonsense, hyper-focused mouse of doom, then the Deathadder V3 Pro is the ultimate gaming rodent. Razer's lineage just keeps on getting better.